Hello, wealth builders! You might think getting rich is all about making a ton of money. But what if I told you you could stack up millions without earning a huge paycheck? In fact, it is possible to build a fortune while only earning minimum wage. In this video, we'll share the remarkable story of Ronald Read, a man who turned his modest earnings into an $8 million fortune by following a simple set of money rules. Ronald Read was a man who lived a very simple life. He was born in 1921 in Vermont, USA, and worked as a janitor and gas station attendant for most of his life. Despite his modest jobs, Ronald did something extraordinary. Ronald lived a frugal life. He wore second-hand clothes, drove an old car, and rarely spent money on things most people consider everyday luxuries. To many, he seemed like an average person who lived from paycheck to paycheck. But Ronald had a secret. He was an incredibly smart saver and investor. Ronald was patient and wise with his investments. He chose companies that were well established and paid regular dividends, such as AT&T, Bank of America, and CVS. His approach to investing was simple and effective. When Ronald passed away in 2014 at the age of 92, people were shocked to learn about the fortune he had accumulated, as he'd kept his wealth secret from his friends and even his family. As a final wish, Ronald left most of his wealth to local charities and a hospital, making a significant impact on his community. So, how did he build such incredible wealth? Ronald followed a simple wealth formula, which we'll share with you today. Step 1. Cash flow is key. Understanding how Ronald Read became a millionaire on a low salary starts with the wealth formula, which breaks down into 3 key parts: income, expenses, and cash flow. Income is the money you earn from your job or other sources, like investments. Expenses are what you spend on things like food, housing, and other necessities or wants. The difference between your income and expenses is your cash flow, which can either be positive or negative, depending on whether you have money left over or are spending more than you earn. If your cash flow is positive, you've got money to save and invest. If it's negative, you'll be in debt and almost certain never to be financially free. Ronald Read's approach to this formula was simple. He kept his expenses low, far below his income, ensuring a positive cash flow. This meant he always had money left over to save and invest. He once said, "It's not how much money you earn, but how much you keep." This emphasizes the significance of saving consistently, regardless of your age or income level. Ronald didn't chase after high earnings, but focused on what he could control: his spending and saving habits. By living frugally and avoiding unnecessary expenses, he maximized his cash flow, turning his modest income into a tool for building wealth. Step 2. Start investing early. Investing his savings was the next step in Ronald's strategy. He understood the importance of making his money work for him. By investing in reliable stocks that paid dividends, he grew his savings and created an additional income stream. One of the most important rules about investing is that it's not timing in the market, but time in the market that will make you wealthy. The earlier you start investing, the more you can take advantage of compounding. Compounding is a powerful investing concept that involves earning returns on both your original investment and on returns you received previously. The longer you keep your money invested, the longer it has to compound. Let's consider examples at different starting ages to illustrate this point. If you plan to retire a millionaire at age 65, then, assuming a 10% annual return, if you start at 20 years old, you'll need to save $116 per month. If you start at 30 years old, you'll need to save $307 per month. If you start at 40 years old, you'll need to save $847 per month. And if you start at 50 years old, you'll need to save $2,623 per month. Starting young gives your money the most time to work for you, turning small, consistent savings into a substantial sum. So, if you're not doing it already, start investing today. It doesn't have to be much. If you don't know where to start or how much to invest, A straightforward method to manage your finances is by using the 50-30-20 rule. This simple rule helps you divide your income into 3 main categories, making it easier to see where your money is going and how you can save more effectively. The rule suggests that you should spend 50% of your income on necessities. These are your must-haves, the things you can't live without, like housing, groceries, utilities, and transportation. The next 30% is allocated for your wants. This is the money you can use for things that make life enjoyable but aren't necessary, such as traveling or any fun activity. This portion allows you to enjoy life and indulge in personal interests without compromising your financial health. Finally, the remaining 20% of your income should go towards savings and investments. But rather than hoping you have 20% left over at the end of each month, I recommend you transfer this money to your savings or investment account on the day you get paid. That way, you pay yourself first and your investments will never be compromised. Now, the 50-30-20 rule is just an example of what you could do. Ronald Read minimized his spending on necessities and wants so that he could maximize his spending on investments. This allowed him to achieve his goals. But how you split your money will depend on your own financial goals. Step 3. Build your investment pot. Having various sources of income can significantly boost your ability to save and invest. You shouldn't rely just on your main job, but should find other ways to bring in money. This could mean taking on freelance work, starting a small online business, or investing in assets that generate income. For example, Ronald Read worked 2 jobs to build up his income, as a school janitor and as a gas station attendant. Having many revenue streams has 2 major advantages. 1, it reduces your dependency on your main job. And 2, it increases your cash flow, which means you have more money to invest. For example, a side gig can be a great way to boost your investment capacity. It involves using your skills and interests to create an additional income stream. This could be anything from tutoring, crafting, and selling goods online to doing freelance graphic design or writing. The key is to find something you're good at and enjoy, which can also bring in extra money. This will increase your total income and diversify your income sources, making you less dependent on your primary job and providing more money for you to invest and build wealth. Step 4. Diversify your investments. Going beyond the wealth formula means looking at more than just the basics of saving and investing. Ronald Read did this by investing in a wide range of stocks. He saved his money and put it to work in the stock market, choosing companies he believed in and that paid well. Diversification was the foundation to Read's strategy. Instead of putting all his eggs in one basket, he spread his investments across various sectors and companies. This approach reduces risk, because if one investment performs poorly, others in different sectors might do well, balancing out the potential losses. Investing in stocks from different industries and with different risk levels can help protect your portfolio from significant fluctuations. Read also focused on long-term growth, choosing stocks that offer the potential for price appreciation and also dividends. Dividends are payments made by a corporation to its shareholders, usually derived from the company's profits. By reinvesting these dividends, Read could buy more shares, compounding his investments over time. Step 5. Invest long-term. Ronald Read understood that true wealth does not come from quick wins, but from the slow and steady growth of investments over time. Ronald focused on buying stocks in well-established companies and held onto them for many years. This approach to long-term investing meant he rarely sold his stocks, choosing instead to weather the ups and downs of the market. This patience allowed his investments to recover from short-term market fluctuations and to benefit from the overall upward trend of the stock market over time. He knew that the market could be unpredictable in the short term, but tends to increase in value over the long term. By reinvesting the dividends he received from his stocks, Ronald effectively used his investments to create more investments. Over time, the dividends from his stocks bought more shares, which in turn generated more dividends, creating a cycle of growth that significantly increased the value of his portfolio. His long-term investment strategy was not about constantly looking for new opportunities or trying to time the market. It was about making thoughtful decisions and sticking with them. The key lesson from Ronald Reed's investment strategy is the importance of patience. Investing with a long-term perspective requires a level of discipline and a commitment to sticking with your investment plan, even when the market is volatile. Step 6. Respond smartly to unexpected events. When faced with a market crash, the natural reaction for many is panic. However, staying calm during such times is crucial, especially for long-term investors who want to build wealth on a modest salary. Historically, markets have recovered from crashes over time, and those who stay the course can often see their investments rebound and continue to grow. The key to weathering market downturns is not to make hasty decisions based on short-term market movements. Selling off investments in a panic can lock in losses and prevent you from benefiting from the eventual recovery. Instead, maintaining a long-term perspective is important. Remembering that market volatility is normal and that downturns can be opportunities to buy quality stocks at lower prices. Being calm during a market crash also means reassessing your investment strategy without making drastic changes. It's a time to ensure your portfolio is diversified across different sectors and asset classes, which can help mitigate risk. Diversification doesn't prevent losses, but can reduce the impact of a market downturn on your overall portfolio. Staying informed is also crucial to help you respond smartly to market events. Understanding the reasons behind a market crash and the historical context of market recoveries can provide perspective. Reduce the temptation to panic in the short term and keep the mind focused on your long-term goals. And this leads us to Step 7. Step 7. Be willing to learn. Self-improvement involves continually seeking to better oneself, be it through gaining knowledge, developing skills, or enhancing personal qualities. Being willing to learn can have significant impact on your ability to increase your income, manage your finances wisely, and ultimately build wealth, even on a low salary. An important aspect of self-improvement is financial education. Understanding the basics of budgeting, saving, investing, and the power of compounding can transform how you manage your money. Educating yourself about personal finance can help you make informed decisions, avoid common pitfalls, and capitalize on opportunities to grow your wealth. This is why Ronald Reed would go to his local library to study the Wall Street Journal, as well as connecting with people who he knew were knowledgeable about finance and investing whenever he could. Step 8. Don't give up. Understanding that no one is perfect and not giving up even in hard times is something you need for achieving long-term goals. The path to becoming a millionaire on a low salary is not easy. It requires persistence, discipline, and a willingness to keep moving forward, even when things seem bleak. Mistakes, such as poor investment choices or overspending, are inevitable, but they are not irreparable. Each mistake is a lesson that can help refine your strategy and decision-making process moving forward. During tough times, it's easy to feel discouraged and consider giving up. However, it's in these moments that commitment to your goals is most important. Staying focused on your long-term vision and remembering why you started can help you maintain perspective and motivation. So, there you have it. The secret money formula that can make you a millionaire even if you earn a low salary. And if you want to learn more about some of the bad money habits you must avoid on your journey to becoming a millionaire, click on over to the next video where I can teach you all about them. If you found value in today's video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you won't miss out on more content. Until next time, keep building your wealthy life.